and good morning. It's Monday, people. It's Monday. And I just have this amazing air of joy whenever I get back on set on Monday because I know you're right there with us every single weekday morning. It's just after 6 a.m. and it's time for your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Now, you might not like Mondays, but there are always different angles to see things from. Sometimes a Monday is your shot at making your dreams come true, and sometimes it's your shot at reversing some things you should not have done the week before. But hopefully we'll be right there along with you for the ride. Welcome. It's another edition of Wake Up Nigeria, brand new week. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan. Please stream with us live. Right now, we have this amazing website you should visit. That's tvcentertainment.tv. And of course, you can stream live with us at TVC Connect on Facebook. Your comments are so important to us. Social media is all about the comments now, especially with our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. You can also download our mobile app from Android or iOS. Watch us on your mobile devices from anywhere in the world. Hey, we're going to start you off the right way. And, well, Mike is going to be giving us the latest developments in tech this week. As always, you can always rely on him for that. Then right after that, we have the duo of Michael Solomon and Adiniro Samuel. They'll be giving us a musical performance. Shola Shitu will be joining us for a performance a bit later on the show. He's an entertainment entrepreneur, a singer, songwriter, and record producer, and we can't wait to meet him. And of course, Mondays are all about the motivation. We're already thinking far ahead right now. Coach Triple A is going to be giving us tips on how to end the year on a high note. Yes, indeed. Just a few more months till the end of the year. Hopefully you've been making those moves to make it round off the right way. And as always, by popular demand, the auto segment is coming up this Monday. Mr. Yomi Bosude is going to be back, giving us tips on identifying the signs of a busted intake manifold. Wondering what I'm talking about? Well, hey, stay tuned to find out. And on SME for this week, we'll be having Mr. Yomi Benson. All right, hello, good morning and welcome. Mondays are always marvelous, especially if you started with Wake Up Nigeria. And well, hey, I have a feeling some people need some of the information we have coming your way from the news team, and that will be coming up in just a bit. We also still have the traffic report. We're going to have an amazing chef. We're going to have fitness and so much more. Now, it's one of those Mondays where you're like, okay, so we survived the traffic of last week and we're going into a brand new week. It's one of those Mondays where you can plan and prepare and just take in a deep breath and get set to make it happen. And hopefully, Theophilus is going to give us some good news to start it off. Theo, how was your weekend?
Well, my weekend was impressive though, but I'm sure you were in that traffic on Friday, right?
Yeah,
Serious traffic. Even in front of the office, we couldn't leave the office on time.
It was crazy. I heard it went all the way onto the island, all the way even into Lekki at some point. Yes,
and you know, once you have traffic like that, you have spillovers in Ikeja and the like. So it was a really hectic period. That day. Yeah, I got home at about past 12. Yeah.
Wow, goodness me. Hopefully, we won't feel anything like that this week. You're going to start it off the right way.
Hopefully,
Theo,
we don't feel that.
It's all yours.
Thank you so much. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari is on his way to New York, United States, to take part in the fourth session of the UN General Assembly. His participation at the gathering of world leaders is significant as it coincides with Nigeria's presidency of the Assembly. Nigeria's permanent representative to the UN, Tijani Mohamed Bande, was unanimously elected as the president of UNGA 74 in June. More than 90 heads of state are expected in New York for the assembly, which would feature a climate action summit on Monday and the general debate which kicks off on Tuesday. 3 children have died in a riverine community in Delta State owing to rising flood waters which destroyed homes and has taken over Polobobo. Locals are calling for urgent assistance and says the only clinic in their village is already overcrowded. Ikenna Amici tells us more.
It's predominantly a fishing community in Warri North local government area, but today it is underwater. There is palpable grief and the stories of tragic loss come one after another.
So the water too big now, so the picking now, all those water, sometimes they big, not going to be released like this. But today, this year, 2 months, someone is picking just for water now, nobody there around. Someone is for water now, people can know now, because the water too big now. When people find out, now, the picking don't die.
On that day, that my side, she walked into the backyard of my house. Later on, before I know, she fell into the water.
Worshippers at this church who would normally gather for their services now find themselves immersed in desperate steps to save their building. The church is not the only place impacted. Farmlands, schools, and several other places are in distress.
We want the government to fulfill the area for us, the community for us, because we suffered a lot. All our farm products have weathered a lot, they are weathered away, and also there's no fees, nothing.
Many people were rendered homeless. Now that we are even talking, some of us are inside river, some of us are out of the community.
Community leaders insist the disaster is man-made and blame an oil company operating in their area, although the company was not available for comment when we tried to reach them.
This is a fishing community. We rely on bioresources, but today they are no more. Saltwater intrusion from the Atlantic Ocean has destroyed all the plants. We are begging the state government and the federal government, please dredge our creeks for us. Then lastly, they should block the channel created by Chevron to the Atlantic Ocean, which is the source of our problem. They should close that place. If not, even if they dredge today, within the space of 3-6 months, the creeks will be silted again and the same problem will come.
It is feared that if urgent measures are not taken to bring relief, the flooding crisis in Polobobo may go from bad to worse. Ikenna Amici, TVC News, Polobobo.
The Adamawa State Police Command and residents have different views on the identity of the gunmen who invaded 2 communities in Numan local government area. Police identified the attackers as cattle rustlers, but residents insist they were herdsmen. Olabi Adenusi filed in this report.
It's another black day for residents of Normal local government area in Adamawa State, where 2 communities were attacked. A survivor of the latest attack, an 11-year-old orphan, is now receiving treatment at Normal General Hospital.
They went to this my brother's son's house and killed his father, then fired his son on his leg. And now he's left orphan, no father, nobody to help. And since we came here together with him, he was crying, asking of his father.
Other survivors, including a nursing mother, share their experiences.
At about 12 midnight, we heard sounds of gunshots, so we ran into the bush to take cover. We sat under a tree, but they were trailing us. When they fired gunshots sporadically, I was hit on my leg.
We don't have any farm. Now only these places. You go bush, go stand only you. If you go there only you, they will kill you there. We don't have security. All this road now, before you see security here in the night, you go hard.
The attackers laid ambush around every house, waiting for people to come out. They divided themselves into 2 groups. One group went to Kudumti, where they shot 4 women The other group stayed with us in Shaforon. They shot one person in our village before we were rescued by security agents.
Chairman of Normal Local Government Area and Chief Medical Director at the hospital shared more light on the status of the patients.
They are responding well to treatments. So far, there is no death. There are severe so that would need surgery, exploration, like a little girl that was shot.
I really want to commend the security forces for a job well done. I want to appeal to our community to be calm. The situation is under control.
Police Public Relations Officer Suleiman Ngoroje says one of the attackers, who he identified as a bandit, was killed in the crossfire. He also disclosed that additional police officers have been dispatched to search surrounding areas and arrest the fleeing cattle rustlers. Farming communities of Shaforon and Kudumti have experienced more than 6 attacks by herders within a year. These has led to the death of more than 50 persons and destruction of property worth millions of naira.
Meanwhile, it's a different scenario in a part of Plateau State where 2 warring communities agree it is time for peace. TVC News' Funam Joshua witnessed the coming together of Fulanis and Irigwe's for the first time after years of violent conflict.
Members of Fulani and Irigwe communities of Bassa Council area of Plateau State. The 2 ethnic groups can count casualties following years of violent clashes witnessed in their domains. This event, organized by the Plateau State Peacebuilding Agency, brings them together for the first time in years. Many issues were raised and discussed with the aim of bringing a lasting solution to the challenges identified. The 2 warring communities, to symbolize their readiness to live in peace, released doves after the event. We spoke to some representatives of the 2 groups who believe the aim of the gathering was achieved.
We are hopeful that a better step that is taken like this will ensure completion. And we hope also that the government will continue to create this enabling environment for such discussions to thrive, where we'll be able to reach our destination.
This event today is very good for me, for Fulani all, because we committee of Fulani, we have already come here just to look for peace, because a person who was rearing cattle do not like trouble.
We are happy to see such a program in our community, but one thing we have to say, peace should be a process, not calling on events or celebration. Action should be taken whenever the government agency says something, they should take it with action.
Today is very symbolic. Symbolic because we know that peace building is not an event. Peace building is a process, but one that needs to be nurtured, one that requires the buy-in of everybody, one that requires the trust and confidence of every party, one that requires a sincerity of purpose.
Food items were also shared among the 2 communities by the agency. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Miango.
That's it on the news update for this hour. Permit us to bring you the weather updates for today.
All right, let's take a look at the headlines in the papers this morning. I would kick off from the Vanguard, and we have here minimum wage. Only Buhari can stop our planned strike. This is from Labour. The writers underneath go on to say, says government negotiating team working for vested interests. FG has commenced partial payment of 30,000 naira minimum wage. That's from Ngige, and laments high rate of unemployment, expresses fears of social unrest if not tackled. And the picture story that we have here is that of President Muhammadu Buhari as he shakes his Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, as the President departs Abuja for New York ahead of the 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly. And ICANN to federal government, just beside that picture, don't be selective in fight against corruption. Lightning, wow, lightning kills 36 cows on Sacred Hill in Ondo. Just above the flag of the paper, we have here profit decline worsens in the insurance sector, and police uncover babies selling maternity homes in Lagos, and we're living in dangerous times, says Catholic bishops. All of this on the front page of Guardian.
Now we have the Nation newspaper up next. The headline is, Nigeria launches battle to quash $9.6 billion verdict in UK. Federal government seeks extradition of PNID owner's son to face charges. AGF, IG, CBN governor, EFCC boss, information minister in London. Now, there is a photo story here, and it says, the rail line taking shape. Now, this is the situation of the Lagos-Ibadan rail construction. That's at Section 4, Ido local government area in Ibadan, Oyo State, as at yesterday. And it does seem to be taking shape from what we can see there. It also says, workers now getting 30,000 naira wage, says Ngige. Definitely more information on page 8. Ladies identify one chance robber in Ogun State. 10 held in Lagos cult clash at the bottom here. It says just below or just above the main headline, why I stole 2-month-old by kidnapped suspect, and police bust syndicate. Page 6 has more on that. How judges, lawyers undermine ACJA at the top here, and Senate to back Buhari on economy. Then finally, Makinde, Algon clash over funds. And that's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
And straight up to the cover of This Day, right above the flag there, report electronic payment transactions rise to 231 trillion naira. And Genco's threatened to hands off power plants of our payment plan. And yeah, we can see here a picture of some dignitaries there celebrating King's College at 110. Southeast governors reject a livestock plan, and military steps up fight against insurgency, asks Northeast residents for identification. The annotations underneath go on to say, once Borno and Yobe inhabitants against harboring fleeing insurgents. And Senate on same page with Buhari on security and economy, says Sani. Buhari gets DHQ panel report on Taraba killings. All of this on the front page of This Day.
We have the Nigerian Tribune here, and it does say PNID, Nigeria may file fresh suit to challenge contract to address press conference in London today. Page 2 has more on that story. It also says leaders in national consultation over Osinbajo. Southern Middle Belt leaders may meet this week. There's a picture here of the Okene-Lokoja road over the weekend, and as you can see,
road.
That doesn't feel like a road, does it? Half the tires of a truck sinking into that mud there. Very, very sad. Lightning kills 36 cows on Sacred Hill in Ondo. Now, that is a sight to behold. Just cows just lying down. That's not, doesn't feel like something you want to talk about at this time of the morning. It feels really, really odd. Prostate cancer could be cured in 1 week. There's a report here. And finally, on Bielsa 2019, PDP reconciliation bid shaky. That's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, we don't have time for more, but hey, that's all we can take on the headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take a short recess. Don't go anywhere. We'll return with the traffic situation in Lagos State.
Hello and welcome. It's time for us to take the Lagos traffic update. Now, hey, if you've lived in Lagos as long as I have, you know that sometimes you just need some help, some guidance on the road, and that's what we are here for. And, well, for once, I can say, you know, getting onto the road won't be as traumatic as it can be sometimes. You should be part of this segment if you can. Please send us your messages via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or, you know, hey, just send us a traffic selfie. Tell us what the situation is in your neighborhood. Well, on the roads right now, I'm not seeing that much traffic, but there is always that opportunity to make some moves to avoid some nooks and crannies. I'm trying to load the route to Marina right now. Let me see if I can load that up. And right now it's saying if you leave Bega area of Lagos and head towards Marina, you might want to pass the Ikorodu Road route. That's because it'll take you about 20 to 25 minutes more if you decide to take 3rd Mainland Bridge. The trouble spots, as always, are the Ifakok-Gbagada area of the expressway. That's if, for instance, you want to take the expressway all the way to the Gbagada Express exit, you will encounter some traffic because of the people going on to 3rd Mainland Bridge. But if you branch off and head towards Ilupeju, you will have a better, smoother journey. Apparently, Unikpan, Shomolu, Igbobi areas, all those areas are a little jammed up right now, but it's still better than if you passed through 3rd Mainland Bridge. You'll probably also have a little bit of tension around Alaka, after Stadium Alaka, and then, of course, straight onto the bridge. That's the Echo Bridge, and it'll slow you down in all those particular areas. So the team are in the kitchen, as always. I'm hoping they have some updates with regard to social media.
Just a few. I need to just read out a few tweets here. Some time back, Iyana-Ipaja Abeokuta Express Road is very, very busy at the moment at Gidi traffic, and seek alternative routes going to Ikeja along towards Oshodi. So it's pretty busy, and it's been busy now for about 40 minutes. So and it's going to get busier and then begin to ease off probably about 8:30. So that's on that Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, and the National Inward Bolade Oshodi is also busy, and return trip from Oshodi inward Iyana-Ipaja is good to go, but you know that is to be expected. Ikeja under bridge is busy at the moment, pretty busy. It's 6:30 in the morning, so it's to be expected. That's what I have here from my tweets. I don't know if the guys have any others.
Yeah, I have one here. This one is via Traffic Butter. Says Ile-Zik and Axis is now very busy. Backlog extending towards Mangoro and Sule, as well as this one that says 2 trailers with containers have broken down at Sawmill area on Shagamu Road in Ikorodu. Motorists are advised to approach the area with caution. And someone who talked about just past Ikeja along, and I couldn't cite any LASMA official on ground. Bus stop activities on that axis are a problem, as bus stop curve provided is not being utilized by the motorists. That should be desisted to ease up traffic. Well, basically, that's all. People talking about their traffic situation this morning.
No, that trailer, I think it was Friday. Friday was Gangster in Lagos. Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And it was this same Otedola bridge and the trailer with the
so this one isn't Otedola, though?
No, as I'm talking about
trailers.
Remember the first time when the tanker spilled and there was fire. So this time around, tanker spilled.
There were people on the road 5-6 hours. People getting home at 12, 1, 2.
I go home on that day.
1 a.m. from
someone who made a detour, the person found out earlier and made a detour through Ikorodu Road, still got home 12
telling
a.m.
you, man.
So imagine those who actually passed that route, what time they would get home.
Imagine like 10 o'clock, the whole 10 Mainland Bridge was locked down by 10 p.m. That was when I was leaving the island. By 10, the whole 10 Mainland. I had to use the Ikorodu Road. It was, and the whole Ikorodu Road was also still locked down. But hey.
Well, that's the updates we have here for you, Titi.
Fantastic. For those heading east coming from Lasu, heading all the way to Orile. I don't know why I always edge towards that particular part of Lagos. It is an area that the roads are really, really, sometimes we can't really call them roads, you know. But there is a lot of tension on that road right now. You have an hour journey if you leave right now, which is actually good in terms of that particular area. But that's the update I have right now. I'm going to be heading to the kitchen to meet the team.
All right, Titi, you look lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
So my weekend was amazing. I was at a concert on Saturday. I hardly ever go out, so this one's a big deal for me. It was fantastic, like taking you back to the 90s, early 2000s.
Rugged Man, right?
Yeah, the Rugged Man concert, like live performances from Sonny Neji, who blew the place up. Remedies came on stage, minus Eddie. Apparently Eddie is in the US. So we had Idris Abdulkarim and Tony Tetuila. And there was just something amazing about the flow of the sets. You know, some people have gone solo. Some people, you know, they have the group songs together. So you see people that are in a group, either starting, those that are solo, doing the group thing. It was seamless. I had a great time.
That's awesome. And kudos to Rugged Man for putting it
Oh my gosh,
He's always trying
it was amazing.
You know, very nice. Very
So
nice.
His dedication to that event it was so real. I had the opportunity to speak with him last week, before he came on the show last week. And his mind was so fixated on, you know, making sure that this particular generation that we're in are aware of the type of music that we had before. You know, so it's like bringing back the really great music, the great songwriters, the great producers that we had. And
Nelson Brown was brought on stage to be celebrated.
Nelson Brown.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was brought on stage. Like, I was looking at this man and I was just marveling. This is someone that has produced most of Nigeria's biggest songs. We were talking about the Plantation Boys songs. Like, I was just looking at this man like, wow, see talents.
You know, for us, it's nostalgia, right? So you get to a point where Soko will be like, oh, they're taking us back to the great producers those days. Yeah, that's it. So for us, it's nostalgia. So we're thinking that the great producer. So 50 years from now, 70 years from now, they'll be like, ah, Wizkid, Soko. That song, now they don't sing songs again. So that like 2086, like, I don't know what these producers are doing.
Exactly.
Those days, when you listen to Young John, the wicked producer, when Davido should do this thing, Young John, we miss producers like that. It will happen.
But that's how, you know, I mean, there's always a progression in the way things are accepted by the new generation. So for instance, you know, I was talking about my son the other day and him singing a song that I didn't even know. I was like, this song that people are singing. You know, so it happens. So their generation is going to be listening to a different kind of music, probably a different kind of rap and hip hop and all of that from what this present generation of teenagers and young adults are listening to.
You know, this rap thing you said just reminded me of Konga's performance.
Wow.
You know the way he sings now. And you're trying to figure out what he was saying. And I was looking at the man like,
people were tripped then.
Yeah.
It was such a trip because people like Twista were still reigning then. If you know Twista, the fastest rapper in the world. I don't even think anybody has broken that record till now. And the truth is, that was the trip. But now, what exactly is the trip? That's my question. What exactly makes us dance?
So
what makes us move?
You need to sit down and listen to the popular songs, or the Nigerian ones and the international ones as well. And then I think that will help. You will then know, because you can also engage with the young ones as well. They'll tell you.
Okay, so if you hear singers like Ariana Grande, she's still young, but you can hear that she has this seasoned old school mindset, and she still has this really great way of producing her songs.
You know something?
But she's still appreciated by the younger generation.
When people do music, I believe it's important to factor in the ability and the possibility of doing timeless songs. Like someone like Sonny Neji coming on stage, for example, is performing songs we haven't heard in like, what, 15 years or more.
But they still sound fresh.
And it sounds like the songs were made just yesterday. There's need for us to put emphasis on songs that actually you picture it being played in 30 years, and people are like, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So you have a two-baba on stage. By the way, I noticed Phase and Two-Face did not perform together.
Wow.
And I understand, because if they did, they would have to answer to Blackface. It's understandable. They presented separately. In fact, there was a spacing. I don't know how Rugged Man did this.
Yeah, he must have done.
Can you explain what?
He was not invited.
Okay, so
when Plantation Boys was called on the stage, what happened? Could you just give us
there was
a
no
description?
There was Plantation Boys on the banner, but there was no Plantation Boys on stage. So Phase came to perform.
Plantation Boys song.
Phase did originality, like 3 or 4 of his songs, Kolomenta and all. And then there was this like 2 different other performances before Nice now came. By the way, Nice and Rugged Man finally performed on stage together after so many years. It was quite a sight. And then from there, we now had Two-Face.
Okay.
So there was that spacing so that there will be no mistake of you guys mistakenly perform the same song together.
Are you sure they were even in the same venue at the same time?
But this stuff was interesting.
So wait, Phase and Two-Face, they also have an issue. I thought it was Blackface.
No, it's just like now we have an agreement. 3 of us, we are a group. You understand? And of course, 3 of us, 2 people cannot perform without the 3rd person's being around.
Okay, that's part of the...
So if you're going to perform together in a show, if I don't approve of it, you have to perform your solo songs. That's the way it works.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but it was emphasized that there was no joint venture.
I remember when one comes to mind is Style Plus. After Style Plus,
they couldn't make it. They were in Abuja.
So I think Tunde would come and he would still perform their songs. You know, he'll go Olufumi and when the other people sing.
I wanted to mention quickly. Oh wow, there's not much time left. But the Emmys just happened a few hours
talk about that
ago.
later.
A big shout out to Game of Thrones for winning.
Not surprising.
Well, a few. I can't precisely tell you how many.
Not too much.
Drama.
They didn't win too much.
And Peter Dinklage also got Best Supporting Actor for the 4th time. So hey, 4 times in a row, man. I don't know how he's going to do that.
I got Best Supporting Transfer to you. Please, let's go on this break. Thank you for staying tuned. It's time for our very first performance for today. And it's courtesy Shola Shitu. Shola Shitu is a recording artist, an actor, a record producer, a creative director, and so much more. I have a feeling I'll spend the next 1 minute describing what he does. He took up music in 2009 when he founded a music club to train young musicians. Now, his debut album came out in 2011 and also has a couple of singles to his name. His current single is Proudly Ekiti. And that's what you're here to perform for us.
That's what I'm here
You even had to describe it on your... That's fine. That's fine. So Proudly Ekiti, of course, that obviously means that you're from Ekiti.
Yes, I am.
What part of Ekiti are you from?
Ikere Ekiti.
Ikere Ekiti.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the idea behind the song Proudly Ekiti?
Okay, so the new administration in Ekiti has an agenda to restore values.
Okay.
And so the song basically is to project the good values of Ekiti, integrity, hard work, and all of that.
Not bad at all. So you're trying to like project that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides this Proudly Ekiti, what genre of music is it, by the way?
It's Afropop, rap.
Afropop. Basically. Oh, you are rapping about Ekiti.
Yeah, I'm rapping about
Ekiti Proudly. Okay, so Afropop and rap, Abi. Yeah. Okay, so besides this, are there other songs you have right now?
Definitely.
Okay, I know for sure you have some songs before, but is it stuff you're working on a new album or is on a particular album already?
This is not on an album.
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's
I'm working
forming
on an
to
album.
the next album
Yes.
you're making?
Yes.
Okay. So have you done any major collaborations? What?
Well, no.
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 Oh, so you're still going solo?
Yeah. But I'm hoping.
Is it deliberate? Oh, okay. You're hoping to do some.
Building, you know.
Okay.
Building
more
gradually.
like trying to build a name for yourself first before bringing in the collaboration.
Yeah.
So if you were to make any kind of collaborations, what 2 Nigerian artists would you like to work with?
2-1 Simi.
Simi, okay.
And Adekunle Gold. And Fowles.
No, you have to choose.
Okay, Simi and Fowls.
I was thinking you were going to be very smart about it. You know what I was expecting to say? Simi, Gold, and Fowls. So you've gotten all three of them.
Yeah, so I would have had the two.
Exactly, you'd have had the two of them. Exactly. But it's all right. Yeah. Are you planning to go international with this?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How international?
Well, I believe the Afro-pop sound can be, diversified in, you can go alternative, you can go folk, you can go different ways. So I feel that I have a sound that the world can listen to, knowing that this sound comes from Africa.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's why you're trying to push your brand and, of course, the African thing, taking it out to the world.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to look forward to your performance.
Okay.
Proudly Ekiti. Yeah. Okay, so if you're from Ekiti, this one is for you. And it's courtesy Shola Shitu. Take it away.
Thank you.
Well, it's the Monday edition of Wake Up Nigeria, and you know how we do it. We welcome you to the second hour of the show.
Of course. Now, when life hands you lemons, we have a suggestion for you. Make lemonade. Like, really, make lemonade. Like, seriously. It's one of those things. Some people have a lot of different types of situations in their life, and they don't know how to go around it. But some people just know how to make lemonade.
Is that your Monday motivation for us?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And sometimes, well, we know how hard Mondays can be. That's why we're especially glad to be right here with you.
Yes, indeed. We hope you had a good weekend. We are here, and 1 hour has gone by already. We're about to take it to the next level.
Yes, indeed.
For you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Yomi Ope.
And I'm Titilayo Ohinso. Please stream with us. We're live streaming at tvcentertainment.tv and, of course, Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Those comments you send in, we love them.
Yeah, keep them coming on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. And Wake Up Nigeria on TVC is the hashtag that you should use.
Have you checked out our app? Really, if you haven't, just go straight to the Android or iOS stores to buy this, or rather to download this app. Not buy the app, just download it. It's free, and of course this app allows you watch us from anywhere in the world. All you have to do is just click. It's that easy.
Yeah, we're going to be having breakfast a little later on the show. And on something is already happening in the kitchen.
Yes, so we have a chef there with Mike. For some reason, Mike is standing right beside her, a bit too close. Mike, please, can you shift small? Shift a little.
Chef Mary Jane, you're welcome. She's making her debut on the show. It's her first time on the show. And we'll have something quite interesting to cook this morning, eh? You know, whenever I'm here, we always have something nice. But hey, it's great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome, Chef Mary Jane. Anyway, let's go straight to this morning's highlights. We're going to be reminding you of a couple of historical facts on This Week in History.
Yes, indeed. Quite a lot happened this week in history, I have to say. And then the duo of Michael Solomon and Adiniro Sambo, they'll be giving us a performance before long.
Coach Triple A is in the building with our Monday morning motivation, and he's going to be giving us tips on how to end the year on a high note. We're about to enter the final quarter, that final stretch that gets people a bit agitated. So he's going to be teaching us a few things this morning.
One thing I always say, don't spend your entire savings at the last quarter of the year. Just don't save throughout the whole year and then spend it at that time. Okay, maintenance of our cars is really important, and every Monday we have some information for you. Mr. Yomi Bosude is going to be here, and he'll be helping us identify signs of a busted intake manifold. Want to know what that's about?
Stick around. Now, SMEs for this week, like we usually do every week, is going to be Yomi Benson. Now, this guy is a marketing communications consultant. And he's been around, been in the business for about 7 or 8 years. And we're going to be talking to him today.
All right.
Just getting a feel of the company.
Interesting stuff.
So basically, what Yomi is telling us is today is Kuku the Yomi show.
Why?
Because we have Yomi Wokwe here. We have Yomi Bosude
in the garden
for car maintenance. And then we have Yomi Benson again.
This who allowed Mary to enter the studio.
Yomi. Is that the only name in the world? You guys just want to take over the world or what?
It's highly coincidental.
Well, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's just a name that people like, Mary.
My uncle's name is Yomi too.
Really?
No, I don't think is yours Abayomi. It's not.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It is.
You should go and pay my uncle for the name.
Oh, wow.
All right, so let me just give you guys what's going on today in history.
How do you know that I'm not older than your uncle?
Uncle?
Uncle,
don't even go there. So today is Restless Legs Awareness Day.
Oh, wow.
There are some people that actually have restless legs. They can't keep still. Like you just keep going like this. Yeah. So today,
that happens to me a lot.
That thing freaks me out. When I see someone just doing this,
there's some people they don't even
like
know.
This.
Yeah.
It's just, I hate it. It really freaks me out.
No, I do it a lot.
Stop.
Like sometimes I just.
Especially when I'm upset or when I'm tense, I do it a lot. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
It's an actual condition.
It's actually a condition.
Oh, it's a condition.
Apparently.
No, but you can stop it now. It's a habit.
Of course.
The answer is not a condition. It's a habit.
Well, no, for this one, it is. There are some people that actually don't have control over it.
Oh, wow.
There are people that don't have control over it. Okay, we'll probably talk more about it on the third hour.
Hopefully, Theophilus doesn't have restless feet.
Welcome to our kitchen this morning, and I've got Chef Mary Jane making her debut on the show. Yep, and we're doing something special, Mary Jane, this morning. What are we cooking this morning?
Special coconut fried rice.
Mary Jane, let them hear you well. Special coconut fried rice. All right, so what ingredients are working here? Let's walk them through all that we have here. Okay, so let's start. Just walk us through all the ingredients that you have here.
Here you have your green beans, green peas.
This is your green peas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you have your, this one is optional anyway.
Okay,
These are baked beans.
Baked beans. It's really special, though.
Then you have your green pepper.
Okay.
Then green, red tatashe.
Okay.
Your carrots.
Wow.
And your prawns. Onions, Maggi, and your coconut milk.
So Yomi is definitely not going to eat this meal because he doesn't do prawns or seafood. I mean, I can manage. I don't really do seafood too, but I can manage. All right. Okay, so now we're dicing up. I think I need to help you. Let's see. What is okay? So, but we're dicing up our green
beans.
Green beans now, right? Okay, so let me help you with this one, and then you can dice up the other ones. And then what else do we have here? I can see this in a can. What's that?
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk, right? Okay, so, but I know a number of people who would rather want to grate the coconut themselves and all of that.
You can as well do that, but for you to make the work faster, I decided to use this.
Oh, okay.
But if you get your coconuts, all you need to do is grate your coconuts, then boil it, so that you can have enough juice of water inside. Then you shift it.
Good.
Then you use the water.
So that will take time. Growing up, I think that was what moms used to do and all of that. But that will take time. So in these days of fast, sharp, you need this one. But something is already boiling on our cooker here. But let's let them see it a bit. Okay. So what do we have here? What's?
You have your chicken store here.
I am just if I don't know. What do you have here? It's chicken. Very nice chicken. So, yeah, our chicken is
already...
You
can as well use your meat if you want meat.
Definitely. But chicken is okay. We like this chicken. And we already have our spices in. The chicken is getting ready while we're boiling water for our rice. And we're using basmati rice, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the special thing about our basmati rice, by the way?
I decided to use the basmati rice just because it has a long grain. But you can as well use any kind of rice, provided it's dry rice.
Dry rice?
Yes.
Is there anything like wet rice?
We have different, like now, you all know we have different kind of rice. Now, rice is scarce. We have Nigerian rice now. I'm not saying Nigerian rice is not good, but it's of different shade.
True, definitely, true. Okay, so I got this one. While we're getting the green beans ready. So the process, how will the process... Okay, yeah, we also have our seasoning cubes. I don't know if we mentioned this. We also have our seasoning cubes here, which you will definitely get to use. Our onions here, like she spoke earlier, and all of that. Okay, so you said this one is optional.
Yes.
You don't need, what is this again?
This one is called baked beans.
Baked beans. Okay, so baked beans, this is not the canned one, right? This is not the canned one.
This fresh one.
This is fresh one. Okay, cool. Because I think of baked beans, I think of the one inside the can and all of that. But yeah, this is not that one. Okay, so after dicing this, what next? What comes up next?
The next thing I'm going to do is to cook, parboil my rice.
But okay, we're waiting for the water to get hot. Okay, so is there any special way to cook basmati rice? I'm asking for somebody, it's not for me. Is there any special way? Like, do you cook it the normal way you cook the normal rice?
Some people decided to boil your water, then you pour it on the basmati rice.
Okay.
Like instead of cooking it properly, normal on fire, some decided to boil it, then you pour the water and
sieve it away, right?
Yeah, you sieve it away.
That way you maintain the grains still remain single and all of that.
If you know how to do it, it's just that one is more easier.
I love them single grains, right? Okay, so while myself and Chef Mary Jane are here dicing up our big, what's this again?
Baked beans.
Don't worry, just keep in mind. While we're getting this ready, there's prawn here. Like I said, your meal is not part of this meal. It's seafood. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on the other side.
Thank you so much. All right, Exmond and Denny King, those are the performers this morning, the second set of performers. Now, they are a duo of singer and rapper. So who is the singer, who is the rapper?
I'm the one.
You're the rapper? You're the
you're
the singer, you're the rapper. Yeah. Okay. So their musical journey together kicked off in 2014 with a sonorous voice and good lyrics to accompany it. The two of them have since been getting stronger together. So you guys performed together right from start.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Denny King.
Yeah.
And this is Exmond. Where did you get Exmond from?
Like I said, well, my name is Solomon.
Okay.
From my name.
Okay.
So I just added some letter together, then I touch it up to make it sound to look like celebrity name.
Okay, so Exmond.
Yes.
What about yours? How did you come about Denny King?
Denny King, you know, my real name is Samuel Adeniran. So
your real name
my real name is Adeniran Samuel. So out of that Adeniran, I just pick some word. Denny. That Denny, I just use that Denny. So I add that King. So
combine it together
King,
to sound better.
So you guys are about to perform My Matter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to let you guys do your performance, okay? So the singer and the rapper.
Yes.
Let's go.
Why you carry my matter, put for your head, yo? Because of a God bless you when I saw you, they vex you. Thank God, the man not be God, yo.
Okay, we've made some progress here, Mary Jane. Okay, so we already have the rice on the cooker. So yeah, we're done with the rice already, right?
Yes.
It's done, eh? We don't need to do more to the rice. So we're getting this ready to fry the chicken.
I want to fry my chicken and the veggies.
And the veggies, eh?
Yes.
Are we going to fry the prawns?
Yes, I'm going to fry the prawns as well.
All right.
If I boil it, then I'm going to fry it.
Okay, so let's get that going. So don't mind, we're still getting stuff ready, so don't mind our scent and all of that, just looking all and all of that. Okay, so but then the beans, baked beans, when is it going in?
You can as well put your baked beans now.
Okay, but when do you want to put it?
I want to fry it before.
You want to fry? Oh, wow. There's plenty frying happening today. All right.
But you can as well put it. Let me do it this way.
Okay, you want to put half or something? I don't know. We can put some here and then we can fry some. I don't know. I just like variety sometimes, you know. Okay, but it has to cook a bit, right? It has to, because this one is fresh.
It's fresh.
Yeah, you mentioned that. But if it's the one in the can, that one has already been processed.
It'll be the last thing you pour on it because it's already soft.
Worked on, yeah? But this is a fresh. Oh, so this is exactly how it looks like.
Even the pea is fresh one.
Wow. Okay. So you have a preference for using the fresh one, eh? Why do you prefer using the fresh one?
It tastes nicer.
I like that, the taste. So you have that very nice taste. But for the coconut, which one does taste nicer? Is it the fresh one or this processed one?
We have different coconut brown.
Okay.
But this one takes exactly like the fresh one.
Like the fresh one there, because I know sometimes it depends.
And this one is the most expensive one.
Okay. Wow. All right. So while this is...
Because sometimes coconut is scarce. And
True.
Like now.
Recently, I know, yes.
Even now.
I know. It's scarce. It's scarce. So, but now I know because of the border closure and all of that, some few things, I know that it's quite hard, not so easy to get access to coconut. We know it can be scarce. So yeah, let's. Okay, while we're getting our chicken ready to fry. We'll align the oil to get before we fry.
Hot a bit.
Hot a bit, eh? Okay. Frying chicken is my specialty. I'm very good at that. I know how to fry this chicken. Okay, but which one goes in first? Is it chicken or the prawns?
I want the prawns to go in first.
You want the prawns to go in first, but we have to allow this to get hot, right? We have to allow this to get hot. All right. That's quite cool. While we're doing this, Yomi is getting ready to take some tech updates. While we're waiting for this to fry, we'll get there. We'll still come back. I hope we'll just have some time to show how far the process has gone. But then, let's look back at some tech updates. Yomi has them for us. So, Yomi, the prawns are going in first. I don't know. Do you mind fried prawns?
I'll probably come and try it out first before.
All right.
We'll see whether it will work in my system today. Anyway. It's time for tech updates. We did take it earlier on, but we just thought, it would be nice to go over it once again. And we're starting with Twitter's controversial hide replies feature aimed at civilizing conversations on its platform. That feature is going to be launching today in the US and Japan after earlier tests in Canada. The addition is one of the more radical changes to Twitter to date. It puts people back in control of a conversation they've started by giving them the ability to hide those contributions they think are unworthy. I like that. That's really, really good. Now, these replies, which may range from the irrelevant to the outright offensive, aren't actually deleted from Twitter. They're just hidden. So it means that you can also reveal them with an extra click. That means people who come into a conversation to cause drama or make inappropriate remarks or bully and abuse others won't have their voices heard by the majority of the conversation's participants. Only those who choose to view the hidden replies will see these posts. That is really, really good. I wish I could have a conversation with Mike about this because everybody always talks about Twitter being very toxic.
Yeah, true.
Really, really toxic.
True.
That's Twitter for you. And so now that if I'm on Twitter and I'm able to hide people's replies, I think is really, really good. It'll help to reduce some of that toxicity.
Very true, very true. It's not everybody that can handle it. I mean, in this age where people are talking about mental health and all of that,
exactly,
we need to footballers, especially footballers, this past season or this season we are in, what just happened is that a player doesn't do so well, and then you go on Twitter, everybody's going after
that happens.
Vile abuse and all of that.
I've seen that happen. Time and time again, and hopefully this will help reduce that kind of toxicity on Twitter especially. Anyway, up to other news. Google today announced its largest package of renewable energy deals yet. Now, this deal is worth a total of 1,600 megawatts. The package includes 18 deals in the US, Chile, and Europe. This brings Google's current set of wind and solar agreements to about 5,500 megawatts. And the company's number of total renewables projects it's involved in is 52. Now, Google argues that these new projects it announced today will drive about $2 billion in investments in new energy infrastructure. Wow. That's already 5,500 megawatts. That's already more than what Nigeria generates on a daily basis. That's absolutely amazing. So Google is going into renewable energy, and it's really, really expanding that program. Mike, what do you think about this?
It's a multi-billion dollar investment, and as it is, there is a need for energy, and now renewable energy, solar systems and all of that. Look, they already have the energy sorted out, and they're even adding more. It's a wake-up call to us right here in Africa. We have the sun. Like, we have so much of the sun, much more than they have. Yes. Solar, this should be, this should be the mainstay. This should be where solar should at the forefront. When it comes to that revolution, when it comes to solar energy. But hey, come on, let's hope that we can pick a leaf from that.
Very nice.
By the way, the prawns are getting in, so get set to try them out.
I want to speed up my work on this side of town. Now, YouTube's verification program is getting a massive overhaul. So if you're on YouTube, if you're a YouTube star or whatever, there's a massive overhaul that's going to be happening. Now, the new features that have been introduced with this massive overhaul that is happening, and the company announced today, and it will likely result in a number of less prominent creators losing their verification status. Now, previously, YouTube allowed any channel that reached 100,000 subscribers to request verification. That limit is being removed with a change to the verification program that rolls out just next month in a few days. Going forward, YouTube will focus its efforts on verifying channels that have more of a need to prove their authenticity, like those belonging to a brand, a public figure, artist, or another creator who might be subject to impersonation. So YouTube is doing that, and I think is a welcome development. YouTube also says the earlier verification system was established when the site was smaller, but its ecosystem has since grown and become more complex. Instead of looking at a number of subscribers, a metric that can be gamed by bots, the new system will have more murky requirements. YouTube says it's about prominence, which it defines as, of course, a number of ways. So, Mike, I know you're big on YouTube. I see you on your YouTube, page trying to boost.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that. It is much harder for us in these climes. Very much harder because, of course, our data issues. You go to a number of places where you have free data that is capped at a particular speed in a lot of countries. So you have free data capped at speed, so people can use YouTube. But over here, you know how expensive data can be. But it's going to be harder to get a YouTube verification. That is what all of this is all about. It's not just going to be based on numbers. For numbers, you can use bots. People can hack into them and they can cheat. But for this one, which you're stepping up, it's going to be much harder.
Yeah. All right. So Apple just released the final version of iOS 13. Now, this update brings many much-needed quality of life improvements, and there are a bunch of other new features as well. The update is currently rolling out and is available both over the air in Settings app and by plugging your device into iTunes for a wired update. Many people try to download these major updates at the same time. Apple usually implements a queue system to ensure speedy downloads once you're at the front of the queue. Now, iOS 13 is compatible with the iPhone 6s or later, the iPhone SE, or the 7th generation iPod Touch. Now, if you have an iPad and you are looking for iPad OS 13, it will be available probably in a few days, in about 3 or 4 days time. Now, of course, with the release of the iOS and iPad OS 13.1, first back up your device. This is really, really important before you do anything. Make sure your iCloud backup is up to date by opening the Settings app on your iPhone or iPad and tapping on your account information at the top, and then on your device name as well. Now, additionally, you can plug your iOS device into your computer to do a manual backup on iTunes. Of course, you can do both as well. Now, this is for iPhone users or users of any Apple product. So whether it's your iPad, your iPod Touch, or your iPhone. So any iPhone after the iPhone 6s, you can have that update on your device. Mike, what do you think about this? I mean, I know there are not too many, there's not a large percentage of Nigerians that use iPhone.
Yes,
but those ones that use it, they're diehard fans of the device.
A number of people would say it is elitist, but hey, that is up for debate. They will call it elitist, but then, hey, come on, when it comes to being exclusive, you know that the iOS system gives you that sort of exclusivity.
People always also say it's safe.
It is. It's quite secure.
It's safer, it's more secure than Android.
Definitely. Jailbreaking your the iOS is going to be much harder than, if you want to root an Android device, I mean, almost anybody can do that. But when it comes to the iOS, of course, it's more secure. So yeah, that's what this update does. More security, checking out the bugs, taking out the bugs, making it harder. Of course, you remember that they've increased their price for people who can actually hack into their systems.
It's now $1 million.
It's now $1 million. It used to be 200,000. But then you have to be registered to do that. But hey, if you cannot register, you know that you're a hacker. And I told you, Computer Village can't do this one. What they want, Computer Village can't do that. All right?
All right, so that's about it on the tech update. And I like Mike's quips and contributions from the kitchen there as he's stirring that fried prawns. But we're going to be back after this break in the third hour of Wake Up Nigeria. Stick around.
Now, of course, because of us, your Mondays will never remain the same.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true, of course. And we expect that you find a little bit of time for us every single day on the show. Monday to Friday, we're always here.
Now, Monday sometimes starts out with the blues. Yeah, the blues. Yeah, like we're wearing blue.
Oh,
but
okay.
We try to make sure we lift
the
your
Chelsea
mood.
color.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yummy. You're wearing blue as well today, sure you know.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not a Chelsea fan, just
neither am I.
Just putting it out there.
But we know that we've been here for 2 solid hours and there's loads more coming up in just a bit. My name is Titilayo Onyinso.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. Stream with us live if you have to go out. We know it's a Monday, you're grabbing out your stuff and you're hitting the road. We are at tvcentertainment.tv and also on Facebook Live at TVC Connect. Check us out there.
Yes, so those comments you send in, we love them, we appreciate them. We can't wait to see them. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC as soon as you can.
Now, the app is also available for download at both the Android and iOS stores. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world, and we want you to stick around, to take us with you anywhere you're going. Now, Mike was talking earlier on, they were frying prawns. Can you imagine? You know, just deep frying the thing and just making it look really nice.
Making everybody hungry on a Monday morning.
Yeah, the whole studio.
Yes, sir. Can't wait, can't wait.
We're waiting for the oil to get a bit, you know, more hot. We get more, then we get the chicken inside. So
okay, so you haven't fried the chicken yet?
Don't worry. That's where I have
PhD
in chicken frying. If I fry chicken for you.
Wow.
Chicken and snail.
You need to learn
those two.
Wait, did you just say chicken and snail? Is there snail there?
No, there's no snail.
So what are you
frying prawns, and then they're going to fry the chicken, which is what they're going to do.
They're frying.
Anyway, let's tell them what's going to be happening for the rest of the show.
Yes, so mechanic to the stars, Mr. Yomi Bustode is in the building already. He's going to be joining us on car maintenance this morning, helping us identify the signs of a busted intake manifold.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that before?
Busted intake manifold.
I know we'll probably have a local name that some people call it.
I hope he's not going to be teaching us how to change it though. How to change your busted intake manifold. Now, SMEs for this week is going to be nice. So we're going to be having the CEO, Managing Director of Culture Communications, Yomi Benson, joining us on the show.
Yes. Why raise the power 3?
Why raise the power 3?
Yeah.
So,
okay, so
yeah, big shout out to a few birthdays. I just want to. Tomorrow is our birthday shout out, but yeah, our sports analyst, environmental analyst and happiness expert.
Oh, wow.
Olamide Oshofa, his birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, happiness
also producer of
Happy
Vision.
birthday,
So if you want to be happy, just call Olamide and he'll
Interestingly, today is Olamide's son's birthday.
Yeah, it's his
So
son's
they
birthday.
more or less followed. Like yesterday was his birthday, and then his child was born exactly a year today.
And then one of our
Congratulations,
cameramen as well.
Yeah,
Richard.
Mr. Richard.
Wow.
Mr. Richard's birthday today as well.
Today's
Happy
your birthday. I hope we are getting some cake or something, you know. But
It'll
hey,
be nice. It'll be
happy
nice.
birthday,
So-
guys.
Sheptina asked me to give
Happy
shout
birthday,
outs to,
guys.
but I can't find it.
Oh, okay. So there's so much going on. I've been looking at the Emmy winners once again. I saw a lot of speeches, and I noted that the speeches that people give when collecting awards now is like political statements.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? There's always something on human rights, save the children. Women's rights, racial.
But it's also very strange how it's
racial-
actually really changed over the
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Back in the days when you win a Grammy, the first thing I'd like to thank God.
Yeah.
You know, with your Grammy.
You know what, guys? I think we should continue this conversation by ourselves.
Now they're making political statements. Don't thank God anymore.
Welcome back. Now it's we have just a couple of months to go before the year wraps off. But if you want to end it on a high note, you have to begin to take some steps in the right direction now if you haven't started to. Now Coach Triple A will be giving us tips on how to do it this morning. How are you doing? You're welcome.
Hey, Mike.
It's great to
what's
have
up,
you,
man?
Triple A.
It's good to see you.
Wonderful. So we have just about a quarter to go until the end of the year. September, we have October, November, and December.
Can you imagine? Like,
and we'll be in 2020.
Just in 3 months.
You remember Vision 2020? I don't know how far we've gone with that, but hey, 2020 is just around the corner.
I think I'm more focused on my personal Vision 2020.
2020, all right?
So that's what we want to discuss.
That's what we want to discuss. Vision 2020. Yes. How to get the best from the last part of the year. We have 3 months plus to go.
Yeah.
How do we start planning?
Well, first thing you must do is, you see, like we said, it's the end of the year. So there are 3 months left now. So there's something I call, normally in the beginning of the year, you have your goals. And most people set their goals or their resolutions for the year, things that they want to do and whatever they want to achieve. But the truth is, at this time, because it's just 3 months left, you don't have the luxury of trying to achieve too many things. So what you must focus on right now is what I call your must goals.
Your must goals.
So what are your must goals? What are the things that you must do before the end of the year? So what are the things that if you get them done, they are pivotal. You must prioritize them. That if you get them done before the end of the year, they will help you make the best of the remaining 3 months left in the year.
Of the year. What have some people that don't have these goals? There's some people that don't even know which things should take preference over others. They don't even know the prior things. Maybe they just say, okay, I want to work on my fitness, I want to make more money, or I want to save more money, or I want to be more available to my home. How do you know? How do you know which one you should take preference? Because some people have that issue. They don't know which one they should go for first.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. First thing you need to start looking at, first of all, is for you to, you might not have those goals. You might not be the one that sets goals. But first, you then need to take account. I was going to mention that later, but let me not bring it forward. You need to take account of the year. So take a look at the year. What have you achieved? What are your wins? What are your losses? So yes, you didn't set goals. What does it mean not to set goals? I mean, you did not tell yourself that this is what I am going for. These are my objectives in 2019. Let's say you did not do that.
Okay.
And then you're now 3 months at the end of the year and you're now realizing, I still want to achieve this. Okay, so what do you want to achieve? What do you have in your mind that, okay, before the end of the year you want to get done? As you're a businessman, you're in your career, you have a personal life. Maybe you want to start a relationship. Maybe you want to, okay, you can't be planning marriage in 3 months. It's possible.
You can.
It's possible.
You can plan it less than 3 months.
So whatever it is that you have in mind, that's a goal. So at least there's nobody who will tell me that they're not aspiring to achieve one thing or the other. So whatever it is that you're aspiring to achieve, that is a goal.
How about setting new goals? For instance, we didn't set at the beginning of the year. Is it okay to start setting goals just 3 months to the end of the year? It's okay to start setting goals.
Very possible.
Okay.
So you can ask yourself, okay, what are the things I want to get done before December? What are the things, just like I said, in different areas of your life. So you need to look at
new goals.
Is it your career you want to focus on? Is it your business you want to focus on? Is it your personal life? Is it your love life? Is it your own peace of mind? Some people
now talking about peace of mind. That's something
mind.
that a lot of people have issues with now, because people tend to compare how far their success with what they see
in this
with
social
others
media
doing.
world.
Exactly.
That happens
That
a
is
lot.
exactly where do we draw
And
the
then,
balance?
You see,
how do you get inspiration from somebody
I'll give you a
without being
funny example.
intimidated?
Yesterday, my wife and I went to buy some things at a shawarma shop.
Okay.
So it was a new shawarma shop. They had just gotten the shop open somewhere in Ikeja here. And then this particular two ladies sat down there and they were just taking picture. And you know, we sat in our car. We didn't sit inside the shop. We sat in our car, so we were watching them. And I said to her, I said, we live in two different worlds now. We live in the real world and the virtual world. So they are taking these pictures now to post on social media. To tell their friends, to show their friends that they are enjoying life.
They're enjoying life.
But then again, maybe after they finish, they do something else and they go back home. You get? So in this world and this time and age where there's a lot of, there are two different lives, the social media life and the real life. It's also very important that you set goals for yourself on things that you want to achieve and how you want to get it done.
Wonderful, wonderful. Triple-A, we would continue on this because we still have some time before the end of the year. We'll continue on this. We just have to end now. I wish we had more time, but great, wonderful. I love the way we ended it.
Yes.
You need to know how to be able to draw the balance. Don't compare. You know, some people think that, okay, if somebody has achieved and I've not achieved and all that, they might feel bad, but it's all about you.
Let me just round off on this and say that, listen, if you're going to go out in the year, make sure that you take account of what you have achieved in the year before, during the year so far, and then look into the end of the year and set out what you want to achieve. And then don't be picky. Go for what you want. Know what is needed and go for that alone.
Wonderful.
And be focused and zero-minded on it, and you will excel.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Triple-A. It's always great to have you in the house. All right, that's all we can take on our Monday Motivation. Let's head over to the garden. We'll have our auto segment coming.
All right, thank you so much, Mike. It's time for us to talk auto. And of course, I've got with me Yomi Boshude of Auto Centric Garage.
Yes,
today, we're going to be talking about something that has to do with, you mentioned scaffold.
I didn't say scaffolding. It's not construction.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
Intake manifold. Signs of a bad intake manifold or busted manifold. Intake manifold.
Okay.
Now, on the car, you have two basic manifolds. You have the intake and the outlet manifold.
Okay.
Yes. So today we're looking at the intake. The intake manifold really just helps you manage the air that comes into your engine.
Oh, that's what the whole complicated.
Yeah, because it says intake
manifold.
So it's a manifold.
Can we see what the manifold looks like?
It's over here. It's over here. You might not see. Yeah. Good. So okay, let me make this a bit easier.
Okay.
So this is your intake manifold.
Okay. So where's the outlet?
The outlet is behind.
Behind, okay.
Yes.
So all four are the intake?
Yeah, all this four.
1,
Because
2, 3,
3, 4. Yes, because it's a 4-cylinder vehicle.
Okay.
So if it's a 6-cylinder vehicle.
So when you hear 4-cylinder, it's about the manifold?
Yeah, no, it has 4 cylinders. There are cylinders in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you hear 6-cylinder, it means it has 6. When you hear V8, it has 8 cylinders.
Wow.
And the engine is in a V shape. So you have 4 cylinders this one, 4 this way. So you have a V shape.
Oh.
That's a V8.
Okay.
But I've also heard some people say V4. There's nothing like V4.
Oh.
Because the V comes from this way the engines are put in.
Put together.
Yes, put together.
Oh, wow. Okay, so tell
back
me
to
more
the intake
about this.
manifold.
Yeah.
So this intake manifold, when it goes bad, you can have your car rough idle. It can start to misfire. Okay, let me break it down.
Okay.
It can start to not work fine. It starts to shake.
Shake?
Yes.
Shake how?
Shake. The car starts to vibrate. You start to feel
that vibration thing.
When the engine is running.
Yeah.
You know, ordinarily when you turn on your engine,
Yeah.
it should run smoothly.
Yeah.
And your car stays stable.
Yeah.
When the RPM, that's the 1, 2, 3 side of it, that's called the RPM,
Yeah.
starts to shake and doesn't stay stable.
Okay.
So you can have, these are part of the symptoms that can make that happen.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So this is your intake manifold.
Okay.
So some intake manifolds are made of cast or aluminium, and some are plastic, like this Toyota Corolla.
Plastic.
It's plastic.
Okay.
So you can imagine if it's cracked, you have air escaping. Remember that your car's mix, intake combustion mix, requires both air and fuel.
True.
At a balanced ratio. So when you have a cracked intake manifold, the air going in would not be balanced anymore, thereby resulting to your car misfiring or stalling.
So what do you do about that?
A very simple fix. You replace it. However, you might hear a whistling sound. You know, these are things you should listen out for. When you open your bonnet and you come here and you hear a whistling sound, one of the places the whistling sound will come from will be from the intake manifold.
Oh, wow.
Now, remember I also mentioned that it has to it controls air, basically.
Yeah.
Now, you have the air filter here. Okay? Now, the air filter is connected to the air snorkel, but let me not take you far because you're looking very confused.
Yeah,
like
because
in the class.
We'll do it as one step at a time.
At a time. So I'll take it slow for you.
Okay.
So you've got the air
filter there.
Good. This is the air filter here, and you have the air filter in it, but this is the air filter compartment.
Okay.
You know, so it leads to the intake manifold.
Okay.
But just before you get there, you have what you call the throttle body.
The throttle body?
Yes. Locally, it's called injector mount.
Oh, so this is injector mount.
This is injector mount.
Okay, throttle body.
It's the throttle body.
Okay.
So it has a flap in it.
You're going to tell a Nigerian mechanic, please, could you take a look at my throttle body? It's a guinea. Okay.
You know, so it's locally called injector mount.
Okay.
And it has it's controlled. This one is called the drive-by-wire type, so it's electronically controlled.
Okay.
So when you step on the accelerator, it has a flap that opens for air to come in.
Okay.
So while your air is coming in, it then goes into the intake manifold, and it mixes with the fuel on the injectors here.
Okay.
So basically, that mix gives you the power you want.
Okay.
Now, another concern is how do we ensure it's cleaner here? We need to ensure we clean the air filter, replace the air filter itself, check that it's properly clean, so as to reduce the amount of dirt that comes in the space.
Wow, wow. Wow, who would have thought that this, we see this all the time in a car, and you just feel it's one of those things that will work. Wow. It's funny how every component in a car has a particular function that helps the car run smoothly, no matter how tiny.
No matter how tiny.
Wow.
Very important you take note of this.
Okay, okay. We've taken notes, I'm just curious about something quickly.
Tell me.
This particular place,
Yeah.
you said if it has to be replaced completely.
Yeah, when it has an issue.
Okay.
If it's cracked or it's broken,
okay.
You might attempt to fix it.
Yes, that's where I was going. The Nigerian in me knows
wants
that
to fix it.
Some people might not be able to afford the whole thing. Is it possible to have it temporarily fixed? Is it a good idea? Is it advisable?
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay.
Unless it's very tiny, the fix has to be properly done. So you don't have air leaking out, because it's an airtight compartment.
Okay. Well, I'll bet I would rather say that it's best to just change it.
Absolute change.
Fixing is not such a good idea. Thank you so much, Yomi Bosude.
My pleasure.
Of Autocentric Garage. We move on with the show. A quick break now. Stay with us.
Now, every Monday on Wake Up Nigeria, we'd like to bring you small businesses and medium enterprises that are doing big things in the country. And Abayomi Benson is the CEO and Managing Director of Culture Communications Limited, which is an integrated marketing communications company that provides cutting-edge solutions to clients. And he's joining us this morning to talk about his journey. Started back in 2010, sir.
Yes, we did.
So you're getting close. You're inching closer to the 10-year mark, which is next year. Talk to us about your journey, how you started.
Oh, well, that's amazing. It was just like a joke. That was about, I think I was in LBS, Lagos Business School then. I was in a lecture, and then the name Culture Communications, culture came to my mind, and I didn't understand what it meant. But nothing happened. Then some years later, registered, and then again, nothing happened. Then one day, just sat back, and there were these beautiful, smart guys around me. I think I was working somewhere then. And then I just called them, and I said, do you want to change something in this country? And they said, yes. Would you like to start a new advertising agency? They said, no. Why?
Yeah, because it's a big risk.
Yeah, he was a big risk. 2010 was not good. I think that was when we had the meltdown and all those things. The guy says, why should we leave our beautiful, well-paying jobs and work with you? and I sold a vision to them. I told them that, how would you feel to start to have an advertising agency that is actually culturally oriented, that can speak the language of the people? And I told them, when you watch a South African ad, you can feel that feel there. When you see a Brazilian ad, you can feel them there. Even our music then, too, you can feel Nigerian. That was when the band was on and everything. And then Nollywood, too, was doing something special. But in our advertising itself, we were just ordinary.
It felt like we were aspiring for Western.
Exactly,
Western
we were just basically.
standards.
And I said, let's come together and create something for this country. And then that was exactly how we started.
And that's how culture communication was born. No, so, you know, I always ask entrepreneurs about the decision to make the leap and then taking that step. And the feeling you had the first time you took that step, leaving the known for the unknown. And not only that, dragging other people with you who are leaving the known also to the unknown. Why did you feel that it will work?
Well, in truth, I didn't know it was going to work. And when you want to take that leap, sometimes the time finds you, or you find the time. There are times when you sit back and you feel like you want to do something different. Then I was well paid, but I felt that I needed to do something that is much more than money. You understand?
Much more than money.
Exactly. So it wasn't profit, it was just, let us do something that can make this country different, that our consumers can see that, yeah, we're speaking to them in the language they understood. So that was actually the driving force. And in truth, what I sold was just a vision. You see, when you have a vision, for example, I always say it is free to dream. You can dream big. And when you have a vision, what drives you is that vision. Every other thing on the way is just...
You know, now speaking of vision, you know, one of the things I know about entrepreneurs is that when vision drives them, they just go in, sometimes in a foolhardy way, so you make a lot of mistakes, but because you're an entrepreneur, you just keep driving on. It's that vision that keeps you on. Now, from when you started your business and over the next few months and years, what were the pitfalls that you immediately discovered that you would... Speaking to a young entrepreneur today, you would tell him, don't do this, and then especially in the area of putting a proper structure in place in your business?
Yes, what I would say mostly to SMEs is that, firstly, you need to have the experience. You need to have an idea of what you want to do. And then you must be extremely passionate about it. What passion does is that when you see challenges, they turn to opportunities. You understand? And then when you walk, you don't even feel like you are walking. So it is important for you to want what you really want. In terms of what happens mostly is that for SMEs, it is always very difficult for you to access funds. For us, what we did, we didn't even go to banks. We just went to some few friends to, to bring something together to start the business. And again, why I said experience is key is that you need to know how to manage whatever resources that you have. Because if you can't do that, there is going to be a problem. Then you must have a plan, a good plan. And good plan does not mean that you have to write something that is out of this world. It's just to say, this is what I want to do in the next few days or in the next few months. And you must not marry that plan because the plan must be flexible. You must be able to adapt to what is going on or to new things. Basically, if you put that in place and you are focused, success is yours.
Let's talk about the first time you struck your biggest deal. You know, there's always the next level when it comes to biggest deals. The first time you knew that, look, this step for me has been worth it with this huge new client that we just got. Talk to us about that story.
Well, we never had big clients. Our interest was to go into the informal sector. But something happened one day, and that's the good story about it. We used to have this client who kept asking us, give us this plan, give us this idea. And we've been going to this client for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times. Then one night, the client called and said, can you please do this for us? I need it tomorrow. And I had one guy who is my client service director now. His name is Dari. And I said, Dari, we need to put this together. And he said, well, we've done it so many times. I said, yes, I don't know. Let us just do it and give to them. Then he sat back in the office and did it.
Wow.
That same night, around 12 o'clock in the night, they approved that plan.
Wow.
That is what actually changed
the business
for us. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You just mentioned a staff of yours called Dari.
Yes.
And that's the next question that I'm going into now. People. You know, when you're starting a business, one of the most important ingredients in the business is the people. And how do you then select the right people and then ensure that you maintain them through the years? Because, I mean, Dario was a young guy back then. Now he's the client service director. So obviously he's been with you for a few years. How did you ensure that you kept someone like that with you over the years?
Yeah, first and foremost, when you understand that, unlike the Americans before, there was one man called Friedman Milton who says that business is the purpose of business, which means it's all about profit. From the word go, we were not looking at that. We understood that there are stakeholders in this, and that stakeholder has 5 constituents. The customer, the shareholder, the workers, the community around you, and so on. So basically, people is the best resource that you can have. And when you go to them and let them understand that I am not asking for your hand, I am asking for your heart, that gives them the vision to say, this man is not just about profit, it's about purpose. And it is that purpose that drove us to places.
Amazing, amazing, Mr. Yomi Benson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the show. We'd like to, I'm sure there are people watching now who want to ask you other questions.
Yes.
Are you on social media? Can people find you on social media and maybe send you messages?
Yes, we have Culture Communications.
Okay, so Culture Communications and, of course, message for the CEO. You can send it to them on Culture Communications on the social media platforms. Anyway, as a reward, a CEO's reward, we're going to be taking you to the kitchen now.
Okay.
Where my people are on standby. So you're going to help us taste the meal that we've been working on.
No problem.
Since early this morning. Please join us, sir.
Thank you.
Mike will be doing the award presentation. You're welcome,
I'm seeing
sir.
some fried chicken. Things are looking very nice.
Welcome, sir.
It is a pleasure.
Good morning. Please take a seat.
Welcome, sir, Mr. Yomi Benson. So so this is Chef Mary Jane, and we whipped up this. And
you
looking at me like you saw us doing it together. So, so Chef Mary Jane, can you talk to us? How did all of this come together?
Thank you. Here on my table we have special coconut fried rice. All you need basically is your prawns, your veggies, which is green pea, green beans, your carrots, your baked beans, and your sweet corn.
And all of that.
So and everything, just put everything
came
together.
and all of that.
Like a one-pot magic.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and try it.
Please, you can try it.
Well, the best way to eat something like this is not in the front of TV, really. But I'll just try. Yeah, it's in the eating part.
In the hidden area. All right, and while Mr. Benson is having his taste.
Beautiful, I can say it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
While Mr. Benson is having his taste, we want to say a big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories on the show.
Yes, indeed. We really appreciate you, and of course, everyone else who's been part of the program. A big shout out to everyone who came as a guest today.
Yep.
And all of you are going to tune in for the rest of the week.
6 a.m. tomorrow. Don't forget it. Tuesday. We're going to be right here with you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.